Today I'm going to talk about Dracula is risen from the grave.
Christopher Lee, Rupert Davies, Veronica Carlson, Hammer's new star discovery.
Dracula is risen from the grave came out in 1968 and was directed by Freddie Francis. It's the fourth in the Dracula Hammer series and the third to star Christopher Lee. It was written by Anthony Hinds, music by James Bernard, and runs 92 minutes. The film's interesting because Arthur Grant loaned Freddie Francis his coloured filters. So during the film, the edges of the film are tainted amber and yellow when Dracula or his castle is on screen. And this gives the film a unique, eerie feel to it. The film stars Christopher Lee as Count Dracula, Veronica Carlson as Maria, Barry Andrews as Paul, Rupert Davies as the Monsignor, Ewan Hooper as the priest, Barbara Ewing as Zena, Marion Mathy as Anna, and Michael Ripper as Max. So the plot of this film follows on from Dracula Prince of Darkness, where Dracula fell in the ice near his castle. And this film begins when a priest hits his head on the ice and his blood from his head travels into Dracula's mouth. Brilliant scene when he's activated. So instead of Peter Cushing being in this film, it's a Monsignor, played by Rupert Davies, and he's quite excellent. You don't really miss Peter Cushing because he's that good. Brilliant scene when he puts a cross on Dracula's castle to stop him from entering and blessing the castle. And this film's all about good and evil. The hero of the film, called Paul, he's an atheist. He doesn't believe in Christ. And because of that, there's a brilliant scene where he puts a stake into Dracula's body. But because he's not a believer, Dracula pulls the stake out. So it's a very controversial scene. Christopher Lee didn't want to do the scene, but it emphasises what the film's about good and evil, about faith. And this is emphasised by the coloured lenses that's used in this film. So whenever you see Dracula or his castle, there's like a tint on the edge of the film. At first, well, years ago, I used to think, is the bloody video knackered? But I've grown to like the coloured lenses. I think it's quite unique. And the film's drenched in atmosphere. The lenses, it's almost as though the atmosphere is coming out of the film. Really emphasises the pure evil of Dracula. Another interesting thing about this film is it's the very first horror film that I properly watched as a kid. I was only 5 and the ending terrified us. Seeing Dracula with a cross through his body. And what's even worse was his eyes. They started to bleed blood. And as a kid I was terrified after watching this film. Yeah, fancy watching that bloody film when you were a bloody 5-year-old kid. No wonder you turned out a bit bloody dingy. And it properly got us into horror films. And then I started to watch the BBC's horror double bills that I'm doing a series on. So this film probably got us into horror films. And even to this day, the ending's still chilling. It's quite a scary film, actually. I'd class this film as the most scariest in the series. And Christopher Lee's he's really on form. I love to see Dracula with these red lenses in his eyes. And I think this film's got the more shots of Christopher Lee with red lenses in. I also like the use of how he's in shadow a lot. And then he steps out on screen, out of the shadows. That's really good. And this film's got some great characters. The late Veronica Carlson, who's just recently passed away, she's one of the best Hammer leading ladies. It's interesting that she's in this, which happens to be my favourite Hammer Dracula film, but she's also in Frankenstein Must Be Destroyed, and that's my favourite Hammer Frankenstein film. So the Monsignor called Ernst, and he's got like a companion called Anna. They work really well together.
And put these slippers on.
You're as good as a wife to me, Anna.
Oh, not quite, Ernst.
Hey, Phil, that Ernst was on a good thing. That Anna seems a right MILF.
What are you laughing at?
I also like the character of Paul. He's like the leading man of the film. And I like it because he's an atheist. Thought that was unique, that. And I like the little touch right at the end of the film when Dracula finally gets killed. You see Paul do that. So he does a cross. It was a nice little touch at the end of the film. So it like says that he's got faith again. I also like the character Rosina and Michael Ripper as well. He's in a bit more than usual in this film. So them two work well together.
Dumplings are boiling over, Zena.
And your fly's undone, but I didn't want to mention it.
Hey, I wouldn't mind Zena's bloody dumplings for my Sunday dinner. There's a strange scene where Veronica Carlson's character has a doll on her bed. Hey, why she got a bloody doll on her bed? She a bit bloody backward. But after Dracula bites her, there's a scene where she pushes the doll away. That almost symbolises that she's lost her virginity, that she's not a little girl anymore, she's a woman. That was quite a clever directional shot. So this film's me second favourite Hammer film, and it's also my favourite Hammer Dracula film in the series. So out of 10, I'm definitely giving it top marks. 10 out of 10. It's a good bones, a good like it. Excellent film, Phil. Top marks. That Christopher Lee's a scary bugger in it. So the only two films that I haven't reviewed so far in the Hammer Dracula series is Taste the Blood of Dracula and Scars of Dracula. Haven't reviewed them two films yet. So after I've reviewed them, I'll rate all the Dracula films in order. Okay, everybody, bye! Like, subscribe and share.